Ask yourself, if you had $50 million, where would you take a break? Monaco? Paris? Hawaii? Well, how about Hvar in Croatia? Before coming here, I'd never heard of it. When I did my research, I found it had the best weather in the Med and the most sunshine. And believe it or not, attracts many famous millionaires and celebrities, including Steven Spielberg, Demi Moore, Beyoncé, Clint Eastwood, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Bill Gates, and now Rachel. And if you'd like to make a comment, Clint, go ahead and make my day. As the tender dropped us in the harbor and we stepped out onto the promenade, my first reaction was this place is breathtakingly beautiful. The combination of the blue sea, bobbing boats, and ancient stone buildings takes the breath away. So what else is here? Some great sights and fascinating things to explore. What is it that attracts all these celebrities? Let's take a look. First of all, where is Hvar? Well, we were sailing down the coast of Croatia from Rijeka, and this is a few hundred miles away. And yes, we're going up there. Rachel insists on it. When a cruise ship stops in these parts, one can be assured of a hill with great views, a castle built to protect it, beautiful weather, and great restaurants. I can assure you, when Rachel and I discussed the cruise afterwards, the place we both wanted to visit again was Hvar. The town is full of palm trees, medieval shuttered Dalmatian buildings which surround the harbor, and there's always activity here. I can imagine that before it was discovered, so to speak, it would have been even more attractive. Nowadays the tourists are numerous. But its crystal clear waters, ancient streets, open-air cafes still make it a magical place to visit. Hey, what do you think of this place? First impression?
It's very nice. I could just sit here all day long. Watch people go by.
That's right.
The 700-year-old walls are still here. And many of the noble houses and buildings from the 15th to 17th centuries, though in many cases their purpose has been changed somewhat, and they're now home to shops and restaurants. St. Stephen's Cathedral, however, still fulfills its purpose. St. Stephen's Square is the main square that originally was a cove. But it's time to ascend the hill. Our destination, the Fortica or Spagnola Fortress, which stands 100 meters above the town. So we walk up through the main city gate and climb the stairs through the old part of the city as the bells of St. Stephen's ring out. Walking past ancient houses built in the 15th and 16th centuries. Where one gets the impression that it's changed very little during that time. Apart from the air conditioners, the alleys dotted with plants that add to both the beauty and the aroma of the place. The walk thus being very enjoyable and actually not too taxing. After a few minutes, we catch sight of the sea. After 8 minutes, we arrive at the Spagnola fortress, at the entrance a flowering cactus. Beautiful. Then a stroll to the very top, the harbour below. The juxtapositioning of greenery, limestone walls, and blue sea, very scenic. The fortress was built during Venetian rule at the beginning of the 16th century and reconstructed in 1579. Besides experiencing its exquisite architecture, there are also panoramic views of the city of Hvar and the busy harbour below. The entrance fee is $6, and once inside the castle, there are plenty of things to do and enjoy. The views from the top are spectacular, though strangely, for this most sunny area in the Med, it's clouded over. The castle is very well maintained and a pleasure to explore. Like many Croatian medieval castles, it occupies the site of an ancient Illyrian structure dating from before 500 BC. There's a cafe for a snack and a coffee, but the view is captivating. That's our cruise ship in the bay. The Pakleni Islands in the distance. This cloudy interlude lasted about an hour. Unfortunately, it was the hour we were up on top of the hill. The cannon's eye view showing how they gave protection. Impressive. There's even a gift shop with paintings, jewelry, and handicrafts. The owner was delightful, and we enjoyed a chat, and Rachel did not resist the temptation to buy something. There's also a museum and many things to see. The views looking down over Hvar and the Pakleni Islands are magnificent, and both the pleasant walk up and the castle itself are very enjoyable. Though if the walk up is too much, one can also get a taxi to the very top. For the intrepid Rachel, the walk up and down is invigorating, and we were soon back at sea level. No sooner than we arrived, the sun came out. I was even tempted to run back up to the top to get more shots, but the chance of a Croatian coffee overlooking the harbour was irresistible. Looking back, that was one of those very special moments in the whole trip. Sitting, having a coffee, and getting that glad to be alive feeling. I even recorded it for posterity. Just having a very nice iced coffee with a beautiful view. That's the beautiful view. It really is an amazing place. Whilst here, I learned that Hvar has one of the earliest tourist boards in Europe. It was founded in 1868 with the purpose of providing good care for visitors. St. Stephen's Square, now almost deserted, basking in the afternoon sunshine. Seems like everybody is having a coffee. At this time of the day, perhaps at its most photogenic. The local people here were also engaging, and I had many a chat.
This is St. Stephen's Church in Hvar. Do I say it right? Hvar?
Yeah, you say it really, really good.
Oh.
The supermarket where we bought water, a pizza restaurant. But the harbour is the centre of it all. An interesting fact is that the cultural life here increased with its prosperity. The theatre, right on the harbour, is the largest building in town. It's right next to where we had coffee, and it's one of the oldest surviving theatres in Europe, opened in 1612. That's only 13 years after Shakespeare built the Globe Theatre in London. Rachel wanted to say she'd been in the Med, so here's proof. She'd actually just been soaked by a rogue wave.
Raquel, did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did, especially getting the refreshing
The refreshing
splash.
water on your
Yes,
leg.
the unintended. Hvar?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It was a bit more relaxing than the other days that we've had.
So we wave a sad goodbye to this magical kingdom. It has indeed been a very memorable day. Once on board the ship, the ladies wanted a dip in the pool, the size of which calls for it to be called the puddle. Such is the nature of most cruise ships' swimming pools.
After spending a lovely day in Hvar, Croatia, we are sailing out on our way to Hvar, Montenegro, and just a really nice warm day. We've taken a chance to just have a dip in the pool, which we haven't done yet, so it's pretty good. We're about to have dinner now soon too.
Dinner will be special tonight, and so as the ship cruises to Hvar in Montenegro, we prepared for more fun. The day is far from over.
So ladies and gentlemen, one more time as they make their way up to the lead of our Galley Brigade.
It's Baked Alaska night when we all celebrate and the chefs and staff take a bow. Yes, it's crazy, but it's lots of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, what about that? Your thanks to Alaska Brigade.
Hvar, Montenegro, here we come.